Revelations that the cabinet is considering an amendment to the constitution barely a year since its promulgation emerged following today's cabinet meeting to deliberate on the elections bill. While the cabinet approved the bill, the country's top decision-making organ hit a snag in coming up with a formula to satisfy the constitution's requirement for one-third representation in parliament of either gender. A provision the cabinet eventually considered as technically impossible, resulting to the setting up of a task force to prepare a bill to amend the constitution by removing this provision. Sources private to the proceedings of the meeting indicate that ministers present were unanimous that the provisions on gender as stipulated were neither practical nor implementable, with even the female members of the cabinet conceding to this position. It is, however, still not clear if the cabinet did explore any of the formula proposed in the raging debate on how to satisfy the constitutional gender requirement. The gender question has so far proved a challenge in the constitution implementation process, beginning from the process of shortlisting candidates for the Chief Justice and Deputy Chief Justice positions, when it emerged that the number of female applicants for the jobs made it impossible to meet the gender rule in shortlisting qualified applicants for vetting. The swearing in of judges to the country's first Supreme Court was halted after gender rights activists moved to court alleging a breach of the constitutional gender rule. It remains to be seen how the various implementation organs and the gender rights bodies will respond to the cabinet resolution. Meanwhile, the cabinet is set to hold its first ever weekend sitting on Saturday, when it convenes in a marathon session in a bid to beat the clock and enable Parliament enact all the requisite constitution implementation laws by Friday next week, when the constitution deadline lapses. Ndebu, KTN Prime.